Okay guys, we got a set here that's been tripped. You can see the trap above the trap bed, and you can see a dig out right there. But could very well have been a deer that stepped in that trap. That's an MB 550. Not too many things can get out of an MB 550, so I'd have to guess that a deer probably stepped in that. There are some deer tracks around out here, and pulled himself out of that trap. That's about the only thing I can guess that would have done that. I don't see any visible sign of anything being in that trap. So we're going to do a weather reset today in cold weather, snowy environment, and show you how that's done. I've had a lot of questions about that, so I thought we'd go through that today. Stay with me. Okay, so you can see our trap sitting on top of the ground here, and our jawbone that we were using for visual attractant. There's our pan cover. We can reuse that easy enough. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reset this trap and set it off to the side for a minute. Make sure we got any dirt and debris out from underneath the pan. The good thing about these MB 550s is they have what's called a night latch. If you listen close, you'll hear it click when I push the pan down. When it pops into that latch, you know that pan's perfectly level and that trap's ready to be bedded. I'll set it to the side for a minute. Grab a hammer here, and you can see how chunky this dirt is where it's been frozen up, and that becomes your main problem with winter sets, is that you get that heavy clumpy dirt in there because things get frozen up. So we're going to take that dirt and we're going to use it for our backing. Now I can still see a mouse hanging out of our hole right here. That again leads me to believe that we had a deer come through here and not anything else, because anything else that would have been in here probably would have tried to dig that mouse up or dug that mouse up while they were here. I'm going to go ahead and set this jawbone just right on the side here as a visual attractant, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and repunch my hole right where that mouse was at. Hole's still in there pretty good. I'm going to widen it out just a little bit. My dirt hole punch. Pull any loose dirt out of it and knock it to the side over here. Now, the secret to these wintertime sets is you have to keep them from freezing up. And to keep them from freezing up, there's a few tricks that you can use. And one of them is to bring your own trap bedding material in with you that is made up of different components like waxed dirt and peat moss. Those things will help your trap keep from freezing up. So the first thing we're going to do is we've got a bucket of trap dirt here with our other accessory sitting on top of it, and I'm just going to shake some of that dirt into the bottom of this hole to bed my trap in. Smooth it out real good, and that's where I'm going to bed my trap, just like this. And once I've got that trap bedded solid, I'll go ahead and toss my mouse back in the hole for scent. Cover the pan with this latex, and then I will use my sifter to take care of the rest as far as getting that trap covered the way I want it. I won't use any of this dirt that I pulled out of here because it's all susceptible to freeze, and this stuff shouldn't be. So I'll put an ample amount over that, and I'll just take a paintbrush, or I can blow this, either one. Find out where my pan's at here. Right there she is. I want that to be the lowest spot in the set, so I'm going to kind of build a rim around that so that that's the most comfortable place for that animal to put his foot. Then what I'll do is I'll put a final touch on here too, and I'll put a couple of frozen clumps in here just to kind of guide his feet where I want them to go, but I won't go beyond the back jaws of that trap doing that. But any chunks like this, he's not going to want to put his feet where those chunks are at. So any good piece of chunky dirt that I throw out here are going to help guide his foot where I want it. And I'll just pile a few of those chunks up around the area. And then I might put something, just a couple of scraps, right in front of the hole, right there, so I know he's going to put his foot right here where I want him to. Then I'll take the final sifting of dirt and cover my pan with about 1/4 inch of dirt just to keep it from freezing up. Shake any chaff I've got off to the side there like that. I might bring a little bit more dirt over to this side, toss it here loose. He's not going to want to step in that. Okay, now my trap's bedded pretty good. I've got a mouse down in the hole. I'm going to take a little bit of fox lure and pour it right in the hole, and maybe a little bit into the molar of this piece of bone I've got sitting here. Then I'm going to take some Coyote Urine and spray the backing just a little bit. And this is Pro Mix Red Fox scent. Now if I'm trying to long distance call one of these guys in, I want to use something skunky. So I'll take just a Q-tip out of my kit here. And I've got some J.R. & Sons long distance super call here that's made out of skunk. And I'll take a swabbing of that and put it right on the bone as well, and just drop the rest of it down into the hole, just like that. And now I'm pretty much ready to walk away from this set, and it's good to go. So here's a real quick view of our set from the front, or from the side the animal should be coming in. You can see it looks like a fresh dig. We've got his feet, so he's basically guided in where we want him to put his foot in the pan. We've got some attractant both in the hole and on the bone itself. But we've got everything pretty much facing the backing, or right on the top of the backing, so he has to work that set from the front side, and that's what we want him to do. Okay guys, I'm Dave Canterbury from the Pathfinder School. I appreciate you joining me out here on the trap line. Wintertime now, snow on the ground, coons are getting slow. We're going to start concentrating a little bit more on canines here and there. This should be the 45th video in this series. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate all the things that you do for me, for my school, my family, and I appreciate all of your views and your comments. I'm Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School, and I'll be back with another video as soon as I can.